back to another episode of the Lights Movie Podcast, the official podcast of NotYetRated.net. I am editor-in-chief of that website, Colin. With me, as always, is Benjamin Martinez.
I am Ben Martinez. I am a writer on that website in name only.
You really aren't.
I appear on the thing, so...
You are on the website in a way.
That's true. My name is there
As in
somewhere.
your name is there.
Yes. My name is...
It's like an Easter egg. Someone can find it.
My name carries weight.
It's like the Cloverfield ARG. It's like you gotta really search hard to find it, but
Ben
when
Martinez.
you do, you'll find it.
And you'll love it.
It's a big deal. Anyway, lots to talk about. Lots of news this week. Not really great news, but so we got some news.
Yeah, some was pretty good.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Lots of sequel talk. Oh my god, everything is sequel talk.
Everything is sequel talk.
Like literally. Okay.
But except for one. But we are also going to be talking with Matt Sapanor about The Witch, which he reviewed for NotYetRated.net, and you can check that out on the website. But first, Ben, let's break down our highlights and our lowlights of the week.
Let's.
I'm going to kick it off.
Oh, do it.
Because I'm selfish like that.
You go, girl.
Oh, thanks, man. But I'm going to kick it off with John Wick, the 2014 film starring Keanu Reeves, which I loved. Love Keanu Reeves. Great movie. So excited that they announced a sequel. And news came out this week that the sequel has a new title, and it's finally got a release date. It's going to be called John Wick Chapter 2. Perfect.
Whoa.
Fine. Because they didn't go too flashy. They could have gone John Wick Judgment Day or whatever. Something really like Resurgence. Something stupidly cliche. Just, I feel like Chapter 2 is classy.
I feel like it's kind of lazy.
I think you're lazy.
Okay. Like Volume 2.
Well, I mean, Volume 2 works for the tone of those movies.
That's true.
Maybe he'll be reading a book.
This entire movie is a book? And
maybe
be like Star
it's
Wars
all been...
scroll?
It's all been a book. And this is just like Chapter 2 of that book.
Oh, yeah. Wow, that'd be a long book. One
Yeah.
chapter was a full-length movie.
Well, you gotta put the time in, you know. But it's called John Wick Chapter 2, and it will be released on February 10th, 2017, so just under a year. And the only news that really came out about it is that Keanu Reeves will be traveling to Rome to kick some Italian ass. And that's all I need. That's like my third most anticipated movie of 2017.
Because you hate Italians.
Yeah, well, mostly that. But also love Keanu Reeves killing people in general.
Especially Italians. That's, okay.
But so excited. You haven't seen the first John Wick yet,
No, I have
even
to.
though I keep telling you to watch it because
It is on my wall.
It is on your wall.
You know what?
I wrote it on your wall.
This week. This is the week, I promise.
This week.
This is the
week.
This is the week.
So next episode,
I
you're
will
gonna
have
come
seen-
in, and on your highlights, I'm just gonna see two words: John and Wick.
Well, my little lights, but yeah. I'm kidding. Yes, my highlights probably.
It's a great movie, and I'm super excited about the second one.
Awesome. I will be too. Maybe. Or I'll, be dreading it. We'll see.
All right. Where is your list, Ben?
Alright, so my first highlight is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 just started initial photography, which is filming,
Yes,
right?
it just started filming, and the official cast list came out, which I'll read out for you, Ben, because I'm just such a nice guy.
Oh, good. I can't read, so that's...
You're illiterate. It's a fun fact.
Well, second grade reading level, but yeah, almost.
Well, mostly illiterate.
Yeah.
So it was announced because James Gunn tweeted out, "Hey, we're in photography. Got our first image. First of all, let's talk about that. First of all, Groot is still tiny. That's awesome. I hope he's tiny throughout the entire movie.
Really?
Yeah.
That'd be funny to see little Groot on Rocket Raccoon's shoulders instead. A little switch it up.
Yeah,
They'd
but I
probably do
mean,
that.
like, for photography's sake, that wouldn't really work.
What? Oh, yeah, because you
For, like, that photo, it would just look weird.
Oh, no, for this photo specifically, yeah.
Yeah.
At some
But,
point
like,
in the movie.
yes, I agree.
No, I'm not saying I hope the photo was different. I can't say. Alright, never mind.
But in the Marvel official press release, it was announced that Palm Clementif, who was Palm, sorry, not Plum, but she was long rumored to be cast. No one knows who she's playing. I think. Oh no, I think she's playing Mantis, or maybe that's Chris Sullivan. Who knows?
She's playing.
Elizabeth Debicki, who was in Man from U.N.C.L.E., she's really good. And bless you, Ben.
It was away from the mic. I didn't hear it.
No, it's okay. And Kurt Russell has indeed joined the cast.
That's incredible. Kurt
Probably Peter Quill's father. Probably.
Oh, that'd be nice. I'd like that.
Probably the villain.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so, maybe.
What's up with Kurt Russell's weird comeback?
It is a comeback. He's been in one movie.
Fury 7. That was the start of his career coming back.
Oh, okay. So
Then Hateful Eight. Well, I mean, you could throw Bone Tomahawk in there, but not a lot of people saw it. Then Hateful Eight.
You don't throw Bone Tomahawk in there.
I do.
No, but you shouldn't.
I shouldn't, but I do.
Okay.
And now this. He's back in the mainstream.
That's true. I like it. I love Kurt Russell. The Thing.
Yeah, he's great.
Etc.
He's etc. Yeah, that's my favorite movie of his, actually.
I know, it's great. Very underrated.
But very underrated.
I'm so excited for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Remember when we used to say this was going to be the Star Wars of our generation, but now Star Wars is the Star Wars of our generation?
I still think that it's not going to be the Star Wars of our generation, but I think a really cool Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy could be in similar impact to what Star Wars was for kids these days.
You basically just said it would be the Star Wars of our generation. Well, not our. Okay, it's not the one just
for
below
the
us.
younglings.
Yeah, but not anymore because now Star Wars is theirs.
The thing is, they probably don't
care
really get Star Wars as much because they're like, who's this old guy who just got stabbed to the chest? Spoiler?
I haven't seen that yet.
Oh. No, you haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy 2 yet? Well, that happens.
It might.
But, yeah.
And this movie is, at least the first one. We haven't seen this one yet. It's not going to be as good as the first one, probably. Unless it is.
Could it be the Empire Strikes Back of Guardians of the Galaxy movies?
I really hope so. But I think this is good enough to be on the same level as Star Wars. Is that controversial? No, that's not. It was really good.
I don't think I can say that yet. I think the first one, obviously, love the hell out of it, right. But it depends on what they do in the sequels. Because anyone can make a really great movie, but if you can make a really great trilogy,
that's hard to do. Yeah,
I'm just really worried that they're gonna ruin it by
working it into the rest of everything else.
With Infinity War and all that. But
I mean, I would love to see some other character. Not maybe Iron Man, maybe.
No, I feel like that would ruin it for me. Because I wish Marvel movie trilogies would stand on their own in a way, but you could watch them just as the trilogy without having to see, and then we had to watch that Avengers movie. It's to have it make sense. Obviously,
no, I get that. But
I'm okay with them throwing other heroes in or whatever. Just make it stand alone. Iron Man 3, I wish I could watch that right after Iron Man 2, but I can't because I have to watch Avengers right after Iron Man 2.
Do you?
Yeah, you can't watch Iron Man 2 then watch Iron Man 3 because the whole thing of Iron Man 3 is the Avengers, post-traumatic stress,
yes.
Terrorists. Weird actual quote.
The Avengers created a power vacuum in the Middle East that...
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, anyways. Yeah, so I'm very excited for that movie.
Yes, that was also a highlight for me.
Of course. It's Guardians of
Big fan of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I love that first movie. It's my favorite Star Wars... Marvel movie still. I'd love to see Nova, although I know they're not going to do that, but we have to wait and see.
Okay. Another highlight, Ben, for me. Blade Runner 2. The sequel to Blade Runner, if you will.
Yeah, that's a low light for me, but go ahead, Colin. Let's hear it.
It has a release date, and its release date in wide release, January 12th of 2018. Now, it could possibly go into limited release in 2017 for Oscar consideration, but I mean, I don't know if this is going to be an Oscar movie, but the reason that it's a highlight for me is that it's opening in January. Not because I'm excited for Blade Runner 2, because I haven't even watched the first Blade Runner in its entirety.
Really?
Not I've seen bits and pieces. The time I tried to watch it all in its entirety, I fell asleep.
It's kind of slow.
And but I do like what I've seen, and I know the story.
Yeah.
I've read parts of the book and stuff, so I know.
Great book.
about it, and it's exciting because Denis Villeneuve's directing, and he's great. He did Prisoners, Sicario.
This is a good series for him, I think, or I guess series now.
Right.
This definitely
Because
fits
it's
this
very
whole thing.
noir.
Yeah.
And I think it's interesting to see him do that. Ryan Gosling's did it. Harrison Ford's back, so it could be interesting. But I'm making it a highlight because of the January release. Because not enough big movies go into that January, February area. They're too scared. It's like, oh, it's the dumping ground, and everyone still thinks that if a movie gets a January release date, it's automatically gonna be bad, which
Hopefully
is
this will be
ridiculous. And I think Hollywood is finally realizing that, hey, remember that movie The Revenant, which made a ton of money in January? Let's put more movies out there. Or even John Wick 2, which is in February. Let's see if that'll do well. Because I don't get why all these big movies, these Guardians of the Galaxies, these Ninja Turtles movies, they're always like a week after each other in the summer. Why don't you just spread it out a little bit? Put it in January, put it in February, put it in March.
Give us an exciting.
That's what Batman and Superman's doing. They put it in March.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be nice to have like an exciting throughout the entire
Every
year.
month there's like a big movie.
I'd love that. That'd be nice.
Which I think that's gonna happen.
I don't know. It's kind of hard to believe with that because it depends how these movies do. Like these big but not colossal movies do. I think that if these do well, then we'll start seeing colossal movies in those places. But I think the studios tend to try to play it safe with those things.
Right.
Although, like you said, Batman vs Superman.
I think we'll see some big changes when that coming forward, and I really like that.
Depending on how this does.
Right, but like it just in general, I think that obviously this year no one really wanted to go there because of Star Wars. Yet The Revenant, even though it was never, I don't think it was number one at the box office ever because of Star Wars, but it's made a ton of money just staying at number 2. Made a lot of money. It's got Leo in it. That's probably the main reason. But still, I think that's a movie that could be a blockbuster, yet it's an Oscar movie.
Right.
So I think that was the smart release date for it. And because it's like a blockbuster almost, I think people should put more blockbusters there.
Definitely.
Less dirty grandpas, and
more clean grandpas.
Yes. Or dirty grandmas.
Gross.
But that was a highlight for me. But you said it was a low light for you?
It is a low light for me. Okay, if the reason that you like it, that's fine with me. I think the casting seems great just because they're bringing back Harrison Ford, so it's real deal. Just the fact that I think I said this before back on the old show, Real Cinema. I just don't like that they're giving Blade Runner a sequel because the book it's based off of does not have a sequel. And,
right.
Philip Dick, this is my favorite author. He wrote the book. He also wrote Total Recall, Minority Report, all these other.
Yes.
I think he meant for all his books to be sort of one off, all these stories, that way he kind of leave things at the end open ended and uncomfortable. So we know that what we're getting isn't true Philip Dick, which is kind of disappointing to me personally, and I'd rather they just left it where it was because what they had originally was great. I have seen the full movie, unlike Colin.
Nerd.
Yeah, and it's really good. So yeah, I don't want this movie really to happen necessarily, but if it is happening with what they're doing with it, it looks pretty. It looks good. Harrison Ford. Ryan Gosling, that's exciting, and even what's his face, director,
Denis Villeneuve,
the French guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not Denis Villeneuve, like I said for many years until I learned it was Denis Villeneuve.
Very French.
Yeah.
That's cool though. So I think he'll be a good director for the film. I just don't want it to happen, just story wise. I think there is a sequel to a book sequel, but it's not by Philip Dick, so it doesn't count in my mind.
That's fair.
It's like a fan fiction that someone published.
Speaking of books, Ben.
No.
What is your next highlight? That's sick.
Okay. That was Dark Tower. We're getting a Dark Tower movie, right?
Yes.
Which is
Stephen King.
So no, yeah, of course, Stephen King, based off a Stephen King book.
We've known about the movie for a while,
right? But now I don't know who Abby Lee is.
Abby Lee was the girl in Mad Max Fury Road.
Oh, she was the wife, one of the.
She was
wives.
that one. I'm pointing at a poster.
Okay.
She was the blonde one.
Well, she was
not the main blonde one, the other blonde one, the really bleached blonde one.
She was good. They were all good in that movie. I guess I'm just excited for this one just because I like Stephen King movies and stuff. even though they're not necessarily good. Like the stories, like I really liked The Langoliers, which was a straight to TV Stephen King movie. Really bad, but I loved it. I like Under the Dome, also really bad, but I love it. So I'm excited to see another Stephen King thing happening, and then this one's gonna be like a real movie.
Yes,
like actually good one.
I mean, like Idris Elba's starring in it, and so is Matthew McConaughey.
And now this
and
one,
now Abby Lee, who's
was
always been an up and coming star. She's been like auditioning for a lot of stuff recently, and Akiva Goldsman wrote it, so it's got a lot of potential. And its release date, January 13th, 2017.
January's gonna be a big month. Do you think stuff's gonna start moving around just because they don't
put everything in January? Is what I say. No movies other than January.
Yeah,
that's right.
I think the big downfall with a lot of Stephen King movies, at least from my experience, is like the acting is bad just because they don't hire good actors.
I mean, they have Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey now.
That's what I'm saying.
So
this is going to be.
This is a good thing.
This will probably be really good. Stephen King story plus
great acting.
Great acting.
Yes.
That's a formula for success.
So apparently they're trying to make this into like a franchise. It's
no.
a book series.
Oh, okay.
So they're adapting the books.
I haven't read the books. So I have no idea. Have you?
I've not read the books, and this is not on my highlights or lowlights because I'm kind of indifferent. Have no idea what the Dark Tower is about. Just know it's Stephen King. But like Idris Elba and Matthew McConaughey is pretty stellar. Little pairing they got there. Interstellar.
That's what Stephen King did. All right.
I wasn't doing that until you gave me that look. But
yeah, it looks really good. I'm excited for that.
I am indifferent so far. But hey. Ben. You liked Kingsman: The Secret Service.
Hey.
As did I.
Oh, liked it. No, I didn't.
You don't have to talk.
Okay.
But another highlight for me, my last highlight, is that Julianne Moore, Oscar winner Julianne Moore, is in talks to play the villain in Kingsman: The Secret Service Dose. Taron Egerton is returning as Eggsy, and no one else is confirmed for the cast, although it's pretty much assumed that Mark Strong's going to return.
Right.
That's basically it. Maybe the girl who played Roxy, but Julianne Moore, great actress.
Yeah.
And it's really interesting to see her doing something like this, because the last time she tried to play a villain was in The Seventh Son, which was a really bad movie. But, I mean, if you consider Hunger Games a villain, but not really. But I think this is really cool because Kingsman's very upbeat and quirky, kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's very Matthew Vaughn, if you will.
Right.
And it's going to be interesting to see if she, like, just totally hams it up, or, like, she's, like, Samuel L. Jackson kind of hammed it up, but it worked for the tone of the movie. Is she going to do something like that, or is she going to play it super straight and dark? I don't know, but either way, I'm really interested to find out.
Is Matthew Vaughn directing this one?
He is, and that's a big reason why I'm excited for the movie.
Right, because historically, Matthew Vaughn
not directing sequels has not worked out very well. Kick-Ass 2.
Yeah. But, I mean, although this series has worked for people, like, doing things you wouldn't expect them to do. Colin Firth, specifically.
Right.
Actually, only Colin Firth.
Yeah.
But
Colin Firth will not return, although, because there was rumors that he was going to return in, like, flashbacks or something, but the Hollywood Reporter is saying that he won't return, and then, obviously, Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Caine will not be returning. So they do need to add some star power because,
right.
I mean, Taron Egerton and Mark Strong are not big names, really, yet. Taron Egerton probably will be soon.
Definitely.
And Mark Strong's always like, hey, I know that guy, but he's not, like, a star.
I love Mark Strong. He's great.
I love Mark Strong, too, but, like, he's not, like, someone that really carries a movie. But if you get someone like Julianne Moore, and then I think they're going to have to add more people in there.
More people.
Julianne Moore people.
Yeah.
Okay. Shut up.
Now, do you think? Okay. Have you read the comic?
I
series?
have.
Oh, you have.
So it was just one graphic novel.
Oh, and so you know what happened? What's going to happen in this movie, more or less?
No, because they're not adapting.
Just based off.
Because there was only one Kingsman Secret Service.
Oh,
and one book.
That was the first movie.
Yes.
So this is
different. the first movie was slightly different than the book in many ways.
Slightly different in many ways.
Well, yes. The obvious ones being the villain was like a skinny white kind of Mark Zuckerberg-y kind of guy, and they kind of changed that up with Samuel L. Jackson.
That makes sense. Justin could be skinny white Markerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
The girl with the legs, the
Without legs.
Without legs, but the metal legs.
Yeah.
Was a black dude in the comic. And also like the Colin Firth thing, the death of Colin Firth, which happens in the comic, so that was cool that they adapted that, because I didn't think they were, because I was like, oh, it's Colin Firth, he's kind of like the face of this potential franchise. Like, a lot of people are seeing this movie because, oh, it's Colin Firth, he's wearing a suit, he's probably going to be a very nice gentleman.
You see, I was expecting him to die.
Really?
Which leads to my next thing. So Matthew Vaughn and Mark Millar, they kind of have a thing for killing off father figures in films.
Yeah.
Like
Big Daddy.
And Jim Carrey. And
the Kick-Ass too. But I mean,
and Colin Firth.
Yeah.
I mean, they were involved.
Yeah.
So
Matthew Vaughn, fun fact, was actually involved in writing the actual comic book of Kingsman. So that's why I love that he's directing this movie.
So I predict.
I wonder if Mark Millar is gonna like come on and like write the movie with
You probably help out.
Vaughn, I forget who Vaughn writes with. I think Goldman is her name. I forget, but
wasn't Goldman the first one you talked about?
No, that's a different person. I'll look it up.
Anyways,
keep talking.
So I predict that there's gonna be a father figure in this movie, whether it's Mark Strong or not. They're gonna be like a new father figure, cool, badass guy, and they're gonna end up dying. That's my prediction, right now.
A new father figure. Oh, Mark Hamill also not returning because he got his head blown off.
That was a cool cameo too.
That was very cool. A lot of people think they only got Mark Hamill, well, for two reasons really. Because hey, he was Jane Goldman, so I was close.
Oh, okay. What? Yeah.
I think I said Goldman.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, shut up, Ben.
I'm sorry.
But because to get Mark Hamill in the public eye for Star Wars, and while he's doing press for Kingsman, like everyone's gonna be asking him Star Wars questions, obviously, but it's also giving press to Kingsman, so him being in it helps get the movie attention. And also in the comic book Kingsman: Secret Service, the first scene where they have Mark Hamill captured.
Yeah, and
he's professor or whatever.
X.
In the book, they have actual actor Mark Hamill captured, and what happens is the dude, the super spy guy, breaks in, gets Mark Hamill, actual actor Mark Hamill, and he takes him, and he tries to do a really cool spy thing with like a parachute, and the parachute doesn't work, so him and Mark Hamill die because they fall off a cliff.
Oh, that's so sad.
And the best is that like the reason he was captured is because they blame him for the Star Wars prequels, even though he wasn't involved or something. It was a really funny line. I would recommend reading the Kingsman book because it's really great.
Star Wars prequels aren't that bad.
Yes, you are.
Not
Shut
all
up.
of them.
The last one's okay.
Last one's good.
Last one's pretty good.
Okay.
It's pretty great, actually.
Yeah.
But,
okay,
hey, Kingsman 2, really excited.
So excited. And so far we've spoken about...
That's all our highlights, Ben.
What? No.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is. We talked about 4 number 2s. John Wick 2, Blade Runner 2, Kingsman 2, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
And then you just had to ruin it with the Dark Tower.
Dark Tower 2.
Well, I mean, they are making a Dark Tower 2.
Dark Tour is what they're going to call it. No, they shouldn't. That'd be bad.
I think they should do that because it actually sounds fantastic.
4.
Damn it! Walked right into that one.
Fantastic Four 2. That'd be confusing. Alright.
Anyway, lowlights, Ben. Lots of lowlights this week.
Yes.
Would you like to start with one?
I will start with one. So, Snowden,
Yes.
starring Joseph Gordon-Levitt, was once more pushed back to September.
Yes, so it was supposed
which
to
is
come
my
out.
birthday month. Buy me gifts, listeners. Okay.
So Snowden was supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out on Christmas of 2015.
Oh.
Then it got delayed to May of 2016, and now it has been pushed back to September 16th, 2016. People think,
You know
hey,
what that means, Colin? It's gonna be bad.
A lot of people think.
It's gonna be bad.
A lot of people think,
They're
hey,
wrong.
it could be moving because it wants to get to Oscar season.
No, they're wrong.
If it was an Oscar movie, it would have came out last December.
Yeah, no, they're definitely
It's clearly
bad.
just a bad movie.
Yeah.
And they're probably going back and doing reshoots, re-editing, lots of stuff going on there. And we even had like a first like teaser trailer for the movie that came out.
Ooh, okay.
And no, it didn't show anything though. Like it.
Well, because they didn't have anything clearly.
No, but they did. They have lots of footage. They're just not showing us it.
Because it's
And
bad.
this teaser trailer came out in like, I don't know, like September, and for a December release, they're like, hey, it's coming out this December, and they didn't show a single frame of footage, and everyone's like, when are we gonna get a Snowden trailer? When are we gonna get delayed? It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, it's gonna be
So
bad.
it's gonna be bad. It's also a low light for me. Oliver Stone, obviously, really good director, but this is not a good sign. Although Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it, and that's awesome. And Shailene Woodley is in it, and Scott Eastwood, and Zachary Quinto, and Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage.
I thought he was doing a real movie, and it turns out he's probably not because of this news.
I think I kind of always thought this was gonna be bad because of like I liked the teaser. I thought it was fine for what it was, but just I didn't see it. But the Fifth Estate that looked really bad, and I knew that was gonna be bad before I saw it. And this kind of seems like the same deal, just with a different name, different person, I guess.
Snowden.
Yeah, Snowden and Assange, basically the same person.
Yeah, basically. But yeah, that's not a good.
No
bueno.
It's gonna be bad. What was that? What does that mean?
It's actually Italian for Spanish. It's also I'm pretty sure it's also Italian.
Probably the same language. Basically.
For not good. Fun fact. More you know.
So sophisticated.
Ben.
Yes.
Low light.
Low light.
Ron Howard.
Oh.
Famous narrator of Arrested Development, and he also directs films.
Well.
On the side, mostly Arrested Development narrator. He's going to direct a live-action Pinocchio movie starring Robert Downey Jr. as Geppetto. Now, we've known about this movie for a while. Names like Paul Thomas Anderson were involved at some point, and now it's Ron Howard's directing. Pinocchio in live action does not work. There was one that came out in like 2002. Roberto Benigni, he directed it and starred in it, and it was trash and just, it has 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a really bad movie, so don't watch it.
I will.
Okay. And I just don't see it working in live action. I think the casting of Robert Downey Jr. is really good as Geppetto. I think that's actually pretty okay.
Does this kind of sound like something that Robert Downey Jr.'s character from Tropic Thunder would do?
No.
Doesn't?
No.
Sounds
He's also, I think it's Robert Downey Jr.'s production company.
Right.
So it is something that he wants to do.
I know, it sounds really silly seeing Robert Downey Jr. in that role.
But also,
Yeah, maybe Robert Downey Jr., an Italian man. Just imagine that.
I'm kind of on the fence with Ron Howard recently because In the Heart of the Sea, watched 20 minutes of it and walked out because it was really bad.
It looked really bad.
Maybe it's more than 20 minutes. Actually, it was like 50 minutes.
But he did
Okay, close enough. Rush. Which was really good.
Right, so...
And then he's also done like classics like Apollo 13, which is really good.
Maybe this will be really good.
But it's Pinocchio, and it doesn't work in live action.
Well, it didn't work once in live action.
Has it ever worked in live action?
It didn't work once
No.
in live action. It's not like Fantastic Four that it never works. It just hasn't worked once.
And we've already seen a Pinocchio movie with Robert Downey Jr. It was called Avengers Age of Ultron.
That's what I was thinking.
But half selling it because Ron Howard's last movie was trash, and half selling it because live action Pinocchio sucks.
Half selling it? Never heard that term before.
Selling it? What?
I've never heard that before.
You never heard the selling? Like,
Half
I
selling
sell it because...
Wait, like you sell it, does that mean like it's a good thing?
No, sell means bad. Buy means good.
Oh, like stocks.
Yeah.
That's clever. I'm going to get it. Okay.
Wow.
I like that.
But, do you think Chris Hemsworth's going to be in it? Because he's been in, like, every Ron Howard movie recently. For no reason.
Maybe he'll be Pinocchio.
God damn it. He would do that, though.
This sounds like...
I'm a real boy. It's huge. Chris Hemsworth, I'm a real boy.
This sounds like a really lame, corny attempt by Robert Downey Jr. to get an Oscar. Like him playing an old Italian
Pinocchio.
man. Yeah, but he's playing an old Italian man that makes puppets.
Geppetto.
What if he's future Geppetto? Like he always has like weird text.
What if he's just Iron Man? He's literally Tony Stark, and Tony Stark just wants to make a puppet. Oh wait, that's Age of Ultron.
But like his first Ultron's just a really shitty wooden puppet. There are no strings on me.
Funny.
Thank you.
That's a low light.
Yeah, sell it.
Ben, what else do you have for low lights?
Emily Blunt is in stocks.
She's in talks. She's not in stocks. That would make no sense.
Yeah,
Ben.
Yeah. She's in talks for a Mary Poppins sequel, in which she will play Julie Andrews,
aka Mary Poppins.
Who will play Mary Poppins?
But why? I mean, sure, Emily Blunt, good casting. Sure, she's Mary Poppins-y. She can sing. She looks the part, I guess. But like, why are you making a sequel to Mary Poppins?
No, yeah.
I don't think there's any news that could come out of this that would make me think, oh, that's a good idea.
Why is Disney backtracking all this stuff? Like,
I don't
Pinocchio,
know.
Mary Poppins.
Well, Pinocchio's not Walt Disney.
Is it not?
Well, not this one.
Well, no, yeah, I know, but like, if they had...
It's based off the book or something. It's different. It's like Jungle Book.
Oh.
Because you know how we're getting 2 Jungle Book movies? The Jon Favreau one that's coming out is based on the movie. The other one, the Andy Serkis one, is based off the book, which is why it's not Disney. The Andy Serkis one has a huge cast. It's really weird.
There's no trailer yet or anything.
No.
It's probably really dark and weird.
It's live action too. It's weird. We're getting 2 live action Jungle Book movies.
Movies come out in 2s a lot. You notice that?
Yeah. White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Batman vs Superman, Captain America vs Iron Man.
Yeah.
So
The Revenant and Star Wars.
Well, Revenant and Hateful Eight, they're both cowboys, sort of.
Yeah, one's a little bit different than the other.
I mean, they're both different from the other.
One's a little bit different than the other.
They both have guns, they're both in the snow. But then so is...
And they both have horses at one point.
Hmm.
Anyway, Mary Poppins. Mary Poppins needs to die. Just throw it out.
Maybe she will in this new movie. That'd be shocking.
First 5 minutes, kill her off.
She gets
it's like an episode of The Walking Dead.
She gets speared with an umbrella. She tries to fly down an umbrella and she just falls and dies because it's an umbrella.
That's right. Sit down.
Yeah.
So, yeah, not much to say there, just other than the fact that that's just stupid and should stop.
Yeah.
Ben, you did not see the film San Andreas.
Well, I didn't.
You are glad you didn't.
I ain't glad I didn't.
Because it was terrible. But it made money. And so a sequel is now in development at New Line. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson will return to whatever role he played in the movie. I don't even remember what his name was. He's The Rock. Carla Gugino's returning. Alexandra Daddario's returning. Paul Giamatti's returning. And so is director Brad Payton. Not much is known about what the sequel is going to be about. But rumor has it, via The Hollywood Reporter, that it's going to focus on the infamous Ring of Fire.
What is that, Colin?
It's going to be more global. The Ring of Fire is a thing, and people talk about it occasionally. I think it doesn't exist really, or something.
No,
it's like a triangle, the Bermuda Triangle. It's like that.
Okay, so it's a fault line that stretches from the...
I have no idea what it is, by the way.
Well, here you go. It's like a big, massive fault line that's on the west coast of America, west coast of South America. Then it hits Malaysia, Philippines, that area. It goes up to Japan, gets a little bit of Russia and Alaska, New Zealand. And it's basically a massive fault line, so I guess it's going to be one really big earthquake.
Right, that's what they said. It's going to be a more global scale, if you will.
Volcanoes. Okay. Earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur. So I guess it's going to be really big earthquake, and then all the volcanoes are going to erupt. He's gonna go to all the places? That sounds ridiculous.
He's gonna save everybody. In the first movie, fun fact, he saves literally 2 people. He lets everyone else die, but he just gets in a helicopter and doesn't do his job, which is saving people. Instead, he goes to just get his wife and daughter. He's very selfish, man. Also, there's a line where he parachutes with his wife into the San Francisco Giants baseball field, and they land in the infield, and he says, "It's been a long time since I've gotten you to second base."
He's never touched her boob.
It's the worst movie ever.
It's your wife.
It's so bad.
If it was like third base or something, but it's your wife, you should.
Actually, it was the ex-wife at the time.
Oh.
That was the drama of it all.
Okay, maybe you shouldn't touch your boob then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, go for it. See what happens.
Yeah, it's like we don't support that on the show.
Dwayne Johnson's a very busy man, though. He's got the Rampage
Some great
movie.
stuff coming.
Rampage.
Yes.
Fast and Furious
Yes.
8. Shazam.
Yes.
Baywatch.
3 really great things coming out. Well,
he's got a lot more.
Okay,
than
these
that,
things
too.
I'm very excited.
But like they're just in development. SEAL Team 666, which he's producing, and we don't know if he's starring in.
Oh man, I hope he's starring in it.
That'd be amazing.
But like Rampage, I'm so excited for. The video game is so fun. Fast and Furious, like how could you not be? It's Fast 8. Shazam.
He's playing Black Adam, the villain.
In
cool.
Shazam. And then SEAL Team 666, which we know nothing about, but sounds incredible. SEAL Team 6 killing demons or whatever.
It's great.
And then he also has San Andreas.
And also,
too.
it's the best title of all time.
It's
SEAL Team 666.
That is definitely the best title of all time.
And then Baywatch.
And then Baywatch and San Andreas. So, okay, he's doing some good stuff and then some stuff.
And then he's doing this, and it's going to be terrible. Why? Because the first one was terrible.
Yeah. What, is he going to, like, it's just an ex-wife on every place he finds?
I gotta go save them. They're my kids and my wife. I'm Dwayne Johnson. That was a pretty good imitation, I think. I think it was pretty spot on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I love Dwayne Johnson, though.
Same.
He should be in
more movies.
He should.
Wait, no, he's gonna be in more movies.
Yeah, he should be in less bad movies and more good ones, like
I agree.
Rampage and SEAL Team 666, and Fast 8, which is.
And Fast 9 and Fast 10.
How many did they announce Fast?
They announced 8, 9, and 10.
That's just ridiculous.
It's gonna be great.
What's the longest movie series out there? Like that has like numbers attached to it.
I think The Land Before Time had a lot.
How many do you have?
They had like at least 13.
Then also James Bond, but does that really count?
That doesn't count. Like it has to be like this
1, 2,
movie
3.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I hope we reach like 20 by the end of like the decade.
well,
Not decade. Well, because what's
by
gonna
2020? Well, I mean they announced Fast 10 for
Transformers.
2021.
Okay.
Transformers is gonna be at like 7.
Right. No,
And it's probably
I mean,
gonna
like,
keep going.
But I mean like by the next like 10 years, by 20.
Oh, which will be the most?
What do you think's gonna be the first, Transformers or this? This is beating Transformers.
Trick question. Star Wars.
Oh my God, you're right. I hadn't thought of that.
Episode 9 comes out in 2019.
That is ridiculous. Do people not realize this is ridiculous, or is that
It's very ridiculous.
But whatever.
I can't wait for the 9th installment of this franchise.
That's insane. My God, what does the world come to? Anyways.
I'm very excited for Spotlight 2. The Scandal's back.
And in 2063, we get Spotlight 17.
Yeah. It's like the 22 Jump Street end credits, which you haven't seen.
Yeah, I have.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Oh.
Love it.
Well, don't I look foolish now?
You do, but for other reasons. Kidding.
Anyway, next and last low light for both of us. 20th Century Fox, you are aware of them.
Yes.
Rumor has it that they are going to make Wolverine 3 rated R. R. But
Why?
it's because of Deadpool.
No, I know why, but like, why?
Because they think that.
No, I know.
No, they think that people want to see Wolverine.
Gritty.
Grittier. No, they want to see Wolverine slashing people up, but like, no one wants to see that.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we already see Wolverine kill people and put his claws through people, and so why would we want that again?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what are you gonna do? It's like, oh, he cut that guy's head off, and we really saw it this time. It's like, why? But I'm still excited for Wolverine 3. I mean, it's gonna be an adaptation of Old Man Logan, and apparently Patrick Stewart's gonna be back as Professor X, which is really confusing. But
yeah,
it's
I don't know.
It's just annoying because I feel like people, and James Gunn I think said this on his Facebook or whatever, that studios are gonna learn the wrong lessons from Deadpool, and I think this is perfect reasoning. People didn't go see Deadpool because it was rated R. People went to go see Deadpool because it was Deadpool, and everyone loves Deadpool and wanted to see a Deadpool movie. I don't know one person that didn't want to see Deadpool, but then wanted to see Deadpool because it was rated R. It's either you wanted to see a Deadpool movie because you love Deadpool, or you didn't. And while I think it's cool that it's rated R because it's very true to the character, I don't think that like the reason it was a success is because it was rated R. And so Fox is like, oh, people want to see R-rated movies, let's make Wolverine R-rated. Why?
Yeah, and the thing is, like,
it's unnecessary.
Deadpool works really well. You kind of need an R-rated for Deadpool.
Yes,
right? But we
absolutely.
see you don't need that for Wolverine at all.
Exactly. It's been proven that you don't.
Yeah, he's everyone's favorite in all the X-Men franchise. So like, and that's PG-13. They're out. You don't need an R-rated Wolverine. Just
like, it's Hugh Jackman's last time as the character. Why do you want to potentially ruin it? I mean, it's not going to ruin it because it will probably still be great if it's R-rated. And Wolverine is a violent character. And so I understand, like, of all the comic book characters to go from PG-13 to R, his probably makes the most sense. Just because he's Wolverine.
No,
he's got
definitely.
claws for hands, for Christ's sake. But it just, like, if it's been proven that you can do it in PG-13 for 15 years, or however long the X-Men movies have been going, like, I don't think there's a reason for his last performance as the character to go R-rated.
Definitely not. You don't need it. I mean, like,
I'm going to see the movie anyway, whether it's R-rated or PG-13, so I don't really...
It doesn't affect you.
It doesn't affect me.
No.
But, like...
You don't need to. And think about the kids, you know?
Yeah, like the little kiddies are like,
That
Wolverine! Let's go see the Wolf. Oh, we can't. Why? Because it's rated R. But, I mean, you could do what they did with Deadpool, and your parents could bring you in. What do you do?
Deadpool I would not take a kid to see Deadpool.
Well, when I saw it for the second time, I saw it in IMAX, and it was packed.
A lot of little kids.
I sat next to two little kids.
How did they take it?
They took it like champs. They turned to each other, and they were like pointing the screen. They're like, oh! Like, some sex stuff. They were like... There was some...
Boob? Wow!
The best is when they were like...
Weird.
They were like really uncomfortable. At one point, a kid left. Like, the kid sitting next to me. He left to go like the bathroom for like 10 minutes.
Because of sex stuff?
Probably. I mean...
Sex is pretty gross.
Yeah, I know, right? Don't do it.
No. You might get addicted. Or die the first time.
But anyway, that is it for our highlights and lowlights.
Yeah.
Now we are going to talk to Matthew Sapanor, writer of NotYetRated.net, to talk about his opinion on The Witch, which he reviewed for the site.
The Witch, which he reviewed.
The Witch, which he reviewed. Which he reviewed The Witch, which.
Sandwich. Alright, here we go.
And now, joining us via the world of Skype, it is writer for NotYetRated.net, Matthew Sapanor. Welcome to the show, Matt.
Hello, Colin. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. Super excited to talk about The Witch.
Yeah, so am I. I'm very pumped about this.
So, you obviously wrote the review for our website. You gave it a 5-star rating. So, explain why people should go see The Witch.
Well, it's a very different horror film. I wouldn't even know if I would recommend it to everyone because it's very slow and quiet and tension building, and sometimes there's a lot of the scares wouldn't even pay off for some people, but it really depends on what type of horror you're into. I mean, a lot of people are really against the whole jump scare fad that we're now. But it seems that a lot of people are hating on this too, because I saw it twice over the weekend actually, and both of the audiences were relatively noisy throughout and were not happy with it. But I mean, if movies, it's obviously like very well crafted. You can tell from that. But as most people who know me could tell, that I'm a really big fan of horror, so I was super excited for this, and I definitely loved it. As I gave it a 5 out of 5 on the website. But yeah, I just thought it was a really, really great horror film. I don't know if I would just go ahead and tell everyone to go see it. Like, definitely know what you're getting into. It's very slow. I could definitely see a lot of people saying it's boring, but I'm one of them.
Okay, so I'm not a horror fan, and I know a lot of people, like, I don't like the crappy jump scares, the Annabelles, all those movies, but I do like the movies like It Follows that are kind of like thrillers. So would you say that I would like this movie?
Um, I'm not sure. I didn't quite hear all the things that you cut out a little bit, but I know your taste in horror is really, like, it's got to be a really, really good one. Like, you like the Shining, and like do you like James Bond's stuff? Like, do you like Insidious and Conjuring?
I've never seen them.
Hello?
Yeah, you're cutting in and out.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. But I wouldn't necessarily say that you would love it. You probably really appreciate what it's doing, but I don't think it would necessarily be for you.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I'm definitely interested because of all the really good reviews that I've seen, including yours. And so I might go see it because it's very talked about, but I'm not sure if I'll like it as much as you or others. But
Yeah,
I was going to
I
say,
recommend checking it out for sure.
yeah, absolutely. I want you to talk about director Robert Eggers. He obviously won Sundance, and talk about the job that he did.
Well, he does a really good job. He's also the writer and director, as you said. He took a lot of the dialogue directly from old Puritan works. Like, it's very, very, very well written. Like, it's incredible to hear like some of these conversations happen. Like, you can never think of like some of these things that these people are saying. Like, it's really like just incredible to hear like some of just the dialogue. And he does a really good job directing it with all the tension building and all that. Obviously, he does a really good job with that. But he also does a really good job, like, planting all this, like, all these biblical allusions throughout. And I just thought it was really, really awesome that he would do stuff like that.
Were there any standout performances in the film? Because there's not a lot of big names or any real big names in the film, but how were the performances?
Well, I would say definitely the performances were awesome because mainly it deals with this. The main character is this teenage girl. I don't know, she's probably around 17, 18 or something like that. And she does a really fantastic job. She's mainly the lead, I would say. But she has a really cool arc. She's like with her faith and everything. But I think the really big standout for the acting, I guess as well as the directing, is that there's two twins who are around, I would say, like 6 or 7, and they're absolutely phenomenal. They're terrifying in it. And yeah, they were probably the standout if I had to pick one. But the mom and dad did a really good job as well.
Okay, and obviously no movie is really perfect, but can you think of any reasons that, like, or stuff that you may not have liked in The Witch?
I mean, I guess if I had to point it out, it's not like the single most exciting movie. Like, there are definitely parts you would get bored at, but I just think that you don't watch every movie just to be entertained 100% throughout. Like, there's some that you have to watch that will be I guess boring, I guess, if you want to call it that. But there's different reasons you would watch certain movies, and I think The Witch is one you would watch to analyze and I guess first of all, you could watch it like just as a horror movie, just see all the scares and everything. But I think on the other hand, you could rewatch it just for all the symbolism and everything, because it is a really well crafted film. It's not just like a cheap jump scare, Blumhouse crap like that, just pump out.
Right, like you can tell just from the trailer that this isn't like your everyday horror movie, your crappy like Annabelle movie or whatnot. And so I think that's what's intriguing a lot of people to the movie. And lastly, before you go, is this your favorite movie of 2015 so far? Or 2016, sorry.
Well, I say the only competition it has is How to Be Single for sure. But yeah, probably it's gonna stay there for a while, I can tell.
All right. Thank you, Matt, for joining us on the show and talking about The Witch. It was really good, and I hope to have you on the show some more.
All right, thanks. See you later.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
You can check out Matt Sapanor on Twitter at MattLikesMovies, and you can check out his reviews on NotYetRated.net. Next week, Ben and I will probably be talking about a movie or something, and probably be talking about other stuff that happens in the week. So if you want to check us out on YouTube and iTunes, you can do that. Just look The Lights, a movie podcast, and follow us on Twitter. You can find me at Douglas God, find Ben at Giant Sheeps, follow at Not Yet Rated Site, and that'll be all for this week. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Ben, for ditching me and doing this interview alone. But hey, that's okay. And everyone just have a lovely, lovely time, a lovely week. That's a good outro. I'm going to stick with it. Have a lovely week. It's very nice. It's very upbeat. A lot of people don't do the upbeat. I'm going for it. But, see, this is what happens when I'm alone. I ramble, and this is why Ben needs to be here. But he's not. But anyway, that's it. I've rambled enough. Goodbye.